Normally my Easter egg guides for zombies maps are super long because I want to show you how to get to every specific place. But this map, the tomb, is incredibly small and there's only like 7 rooms in it, so I think that you're gonna be fine. I'm gonna rush through this and try and do the fastest Easter egg guide I possibly can. If you enjoy it, like and subscribe, but let's get started. First things first, you're going to need a load of essence and you're going to have to get to round 8. So you could just stay in spawn, stick the rampage inducer on, get a load of essence that way. If you're playing with friends, you can use profit sharing, do what you can to get a load of essence, get up to round 8 and then a mimic will spawn, kill that and it'll drop a golden item which is a monocle, which is the first part of the staff. Then work your way through the map to open up the Dark Ether. The game tells you how to do this. You just go to the back of the map and then interact with the medallion and then you'll get to go into the Dark Ether. Now in 2 different areas, the Neolithic caverns and the tombs, you're going to have to do basically the same thing. There's these purple lanterns, there's 1 in each room. If you shoot it, it'll drop down purple fire and then a few seconds later, about 30 seconds or so, it will move to another location, but within the same room. Now you need to keep moving them until they get to the locations that light up these yellow symbols on the wall. It's the lantern that's just near them. Once it does, this is basically Roman numerals. It's really easy. Just shoot them from 1 to like 7 on one of them and then 1 to 10 on the other. So you can see the order of the symbols that I'm shooting here. They look a little bit squiggly, but trust me, they are Roman numerals. On each side, once you do that, a lockdown will start where you just follow a purple orb round and kill a load of enemies until it's done like a lap of the room, and then it will give you a max ammo and it will give you one of the 2 remaining staff parts. Do that on both sides and now you need to go into the Dark Ether. There's this big kind of altar with the circles on it. You need to interact with that to put the staff there, and now begins a kind of defense phase where you have to defend the staff while it's constructing. I found this super hard, but basically you can just run around and train the zombies and just be careful for any that are glowing purple because they'll attack the staff, so make sure you take them out as quickly as possible. Things like shock charges or molotovs near the staff can be super useful. If you do fail it, you just need to flip the round to be able to try it again, and it will save your progress. So I failed it quite close to the end, and then the second time I tried it, it didn't take very long at all to complete. Now you can pick up the ice staff, which I think is probably the best wonder weapon we've had in Black Ops 6. This thing is loads of fun, but you do need to upgrade it first. So to upgrade it, go back into the rooms where you saw those purple lanterns that were used for the previous steps, and you basically need to find 3 of these that are close together and lit up. Obviously remember you can shoot them and wait a little while to move them, but you're going to have to find 3 rooms basically where there's 3. I like going in an area that's kind of like where the tombs and the shrine of the Hierophant or whatever it's called, and then the place where quick revive is. It seems like on those stairs you can get 3 that are lined up pretty easy. Remember the ice staff can shoot a very long way, so just try to line them up and then sprint between them. You can run really fast with the staff, and you need to shoot 3 of these with the ice staff to freeze them in about 10 to 15 seconds. You have to do it super quickly. If you do get it right, you'll get this voice line, and then you can go back into the Dark Ether, and if you look up, you'll be able to find 3 rocks that have glowing symbols on them. You need to shoot each of these symbols. It can be a little bit of a pain to find them, but just look around, you'll see them eventually because they glow. Remember what each of these symbols are. They'll be different in your game. I give them silly little names, like there's one I call key, there's one I call ray gun, there's one I just call N with a dot in it. But make sure you remember what these symbols are. Once you've shot all 3 of them, you'll get another voice line telling you to look around, and one of the portals into the Dark Ether will be sealed up. You need to go out of the Dark Ether and then go around to find that portal. So if it's, say, the blue one that got sealed up, that's the one in spawn, so go to that door. You'll see that there's now a bunch of those symbols on the door. You need to shoot the 3 that you saw on the rocks. You need to get this right, otherwise you'll make the same mistake I did. The door will still open, but when you go through it, you'll actually fall to your death and lose Perkaholic if that's what you had, even if it was your last Perkaholic. But anyway, if you get the 3 correct symbols, then you'll go through and find yourself on a platform with a glowing orb. Just interact with that, and then after a little while the orb will go down, and then it will make you follow down onto the floor safely. Don't worry, you don't need to jump off. And then basically you just need to stay near this orb killing zombies. If you get too far away from the orb, it will fail. It will kind of explode, and then you'll have to start the whole thing again on the next round. Go and find the door, shoot the symbols into it again, go through the teleport, and then interact with the orb. But if you follow the orb around, shooting all of the zombies, there'll be some amalgams and stuff spawned too. Every time you shoot a zombie, its soul will go into the orb and it will speed the orb up a bit, so just keep on running after it. Eventually it will come back to that altar in the middle, and then it will let you upgrade the staff. So once you've done the orb step, the altar will be all lit up, interact with it, and it will upgrade the staff. You now have some new abilities with the staff. You can hold down fire to do this incredible area of effect attack that is super good at wiping out like an entire round's worth of zombies. You also can press left on the D-pad in order to switch into a healing mode. Now, you're not actually going to be using that for healing, you're going to use it for something else. Around the altar, there's 4 kind of shrines with statues on for different types of creature. The first one is the vermin one, and it's actually got a little blue crystal underneath it. You need to shoot the healing attack, so left on the D-pad, switch to the green staff, fire that into it, and it will start glowing. Then you can interact with it to pick it up, and you now need to take this one all the way back to spawn where there's another statue that matches it. Interact with that and it will start a new lockdown where there'll be loads of vermin attacking you, and you just need to kill all of them. This is a good time to try out that ice staff special attack. Once you've killed enough vermin, you can then interact with the little statue again, and now you're going to have to take this all the way back into the Dark Aether and interact with the statue you got this from, the one that you fired the healing blast at. But you have to do this quickly, and you can't get hit more than twice, I think it is, by zombies. So just make sure, you know, if you've got friends, they can clear the path for you. If not, you're just going to have to be a bit careful about avoiding zombies. It will block off the closest portal to you, so you just have to go through one of the other portals to get back. Now basically you have to do this 3 more times for the other statues. The next one is the Parasite one, so fire the healing blast into the crystal in the Dark Aether on the Parasite crystal, and then you're going to be heading back in and you're going to go over to the sort of tombs area, or again that shrine of the Heliophants, whatever it's called. For this one, when you interact with the shrine, it will spawn a ton of parasites and a bunch of zombies as well. Some of the parasites will be glowing. These ones, when you kill them, they'll drop a little orb. Just go over, pick up the orb, and then put it back in the base. It's a bit like that Terminus Easter egg on the islands. So you just need to keep on killing the parasites, putting the orbs back in, and eventually that one will be done. Then, same deal, pick up the energy from that shrine, take it all the way back to the Dark Aether without getting hit, and put it back in the shrine. Then you need to do the next one, which is against those Gormenghast things, whatever, they might not be called Gormenghast, Goppelghasts, whatever they are. You need to go grab that one, then take it into the ossuary where the next one is, so through the green portal, I think that one is. And then, surprise, surprise, put it in the shrine, you're going to be fighting a bunch of Doppelghasts. There will be lasers in the middle and these kind of areas that damage you. Just keep on killing them. With the staff, this is really easy. It's way easier than it looks. Then same thing, take that energy back into the Dark Aether without getting hit, and now you're going to do the last one for the amalgams. So go and fire the healing blast into the crystal for the amalgam statue, then head over to where quick revive is, so that one's through the red portal, that should take you there, right at the back of the map, and then you interact with that statue and it will spawn a boss amalgam. Do as much damage to it as you can, then it will get a purple shield around it, and it will be linked to a bunch of zombies nearby, like with purple energy. Just kill all of those zombies to break its shield, then you can do damage to it. It dies really quickly, it's not that strong. Then, last time, you need to interact with that statue again, take the energy back into the Dark Aether and put it back in the statue where you got it from. Now you're pretty much ready for the boss fight, and this boss fight is hard. So make sure you're as prepared as you can be. You've got all the perks you want, your Pack-a-Punch level 3, you've got tier 3 armor. You can do the special Easter egg to get golden armor, but I've not actually been able to survive that yet, so I'm not going to show you how to do that one. Basically you find 2 heads in the Dark Aether, take them back to spawn, put them on the statues, and then you get in a horrible fight where if you get hit you die. I hate it. But if you want to do the boss fight, you need to go over to the bridge that's just been formed. You'll see there's like lasers in the sky that will point you in that direction. Head on over there. Cross over you sort of interact with a plinth, and then you cross over the bridge over there, and then you can go down and there's a plinth in the middle, interact with that and the Sentinel artifact, and this will start the boss fight. For the first few phases, basically there's Sentinel artifact in the middle, it will spin around firing a laser. Don't get hit by that, it will spin around and slowly move up and down. You can go between the 2 different stories to avoid it. There's also a bunch of walls and stuff to avoid it. You can kill a bunch of zombies during this phase, and then after a while the Sentinel artifacts in the middle will go blue and will shoot a ball of energy towards the side. Shoot the Sentinel artifacts, this is the only time you can do damage to them, and try to destroy them. They'll go red when you've destroyed them. After you do it the first time, then a second one will spawn. You do the same thing with harder enemies. Then you do the same thing and there'll be 3 of them with even harder enemies. Then eventually there'll be 4 Sentinel artifacts in the middle. This is when it gets to about half health. At this point it changes a little bit. The lasers will keep on going, but they won't stop now. Instead there'll be a bunch of boss zombies or heavy zombies, and they'll have kind of bits of an artifact stuck in them. You need to kill them. They take a load of damage. Kill them, and then they will drop a Sentinel artifact that you can damage and break, just like you were doing to the ones in the middle. And then once it's broken, it will go back to join the others. Once you get it to around 25% health, then it will start going up on the wall, and you just need to destroy the Sentinel artifact as quickly as possible. If you miss this damage check, if you don't do enough damage to it, it will wipe you. So you have to just damage the Sentinel artifact as much as you humanly can when it stopped firing lasers, and then you finally should be able to destroy it and complete this Easter egg. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you for the next one. Goodbye.